What's good, everyone? This is your boy DJ Raw, Cut Truth, giving you that raw content that you deservedly need. I'm joined by my brother, like no other, Rev. Man, how you doing today, fam?
What's going on, family? Let's get into it. Interesting topic.
Exactly, man. So the topic today is Lonzo versus LaMelo. Uh, for those who are listening, I know that most of you think that I'm going to say, oh, LaMelo's going to have 20 plus points on his brother and embarrass him. No. Lonzo is an elite defender. He has shut down Devin Booker and many other talented players. This will be a difficult game for LaMelo offensively, but I believe LaMelo will try and play as hard as he can. He will hustle, he will scrap with his brother, and he will prove a point because he wants to win this game. He's tired of being the little brother. He's tired of, you know, being in second place. He wants to be that guy. So what do you think, Rev, on this potential matchup tomorrow?
I think it's an interesting matchup, and shalom to you too, brother. Peace to all you brothers and sisters in the chat. Peace to the whole squad, the whole gang. DJ's Raw and Cut Truth. Hashtag New Media. Y'all share the video, like the video, subscribe. Now that all the pleasantries are out the way, I think it's crucial because of where the two teams are headed. They're headed in two similar directions, but really the Pelicans have more urgency. They should have more urgency. Losing the last two games, which are they lost against Indiana, then they lost against OKC, which was, you know what I'm saying, inexcusable. That was an inexcusable ass loss to the OKC Thunder and really the Indiana Pacers. So the matchup itself, I'm just like you. I'm expecting Lonzo to bring another level of intensity versus Melo tomorrow because that team is really playing and jockeying for playoff position. I feel like the pace that Lonzo's going to be moving at with LaMelo's smooth, silky style, I don't know if he's going to be able to match that energy because Lonzo playing defense right now is an absolute monster. He's a beast. You know what I'm saying? So I see him trying to get up under LaMelo, speed him up. It could end up being a difficult game. You know, Big Brother got to try to, make a statement. So it's going to be interesting. So I think you're right, DJ. I think Melo definitely could struggle, but the overall team could struggle because the Pelicans should be coming in looking at this as an opportunity to get above 500 again.
Excellent points, my brother, and shout out to True the King, man. Support his channel, support what he's trying to do. He's a good brother, and thank you for being on the platform. As to LaMelo Ball versus Lonzo, let's be honest, everybody. The Hornets are not a better team than the Pelicans. They're just not. The Pelicans got a better roster. They have a better coach, and they have better players. It's the only way the Pelicans lose this game is if they continue to play selfish basketball and don't defend well. We know Lonzo's going to defend, but I'm talking about everybody else. I'm talking about Zion, who right now cannot uh, defend a lick right now. He's gonna get eaten up by Miles Bridges and company, especially in those switches. And we didn't even talk about that because something's gonna give. And don't forget Gordon Hayward. If he keeps scoring like he's scoring like last game, he is going to make some noise. Um, look at the details. It's not just Lonzo versus LaMelo. That's the headline. But look at the surrounding areas. And James Borrego, you really want to put Devontae Graham in this game starting? Because that could break his confidence all the way down. You put Lonzo Ball on Devontae Graham, his confidence will forever be shot. So he got a long, hard way to think about this game. But if he becomes arrogant and pussyfooting around, they're going to get ran out the gym by the Pelicans.
The thing about it, I think what they're going to do, the intelligent thing would be to, let me think about this. I don't think I don't know if they fear Gordon Hayward enough to dedicate Lonzo matching up with Hayward. But if it ends up being a traditional matchup that we always see with the Pelicans, god damn, shout out to True the King. Boy, you wild for that. That man said Zion got the same defense and security at Capitol Hill. Man, that's facts. But nah, man, I don't know if they're gonna fear Gordon Hayward enough to dedicate Lonzo to him. I don't think that makes sense. The Hornets struggle with teams with a bunch of length in the backcourt and a bunch of length on the front line. So I think what you'll see is what the Pelicans been running. They've been running a lot of box and one, where the rest of the team is really playing like a zone. And Lonzo is checking the best player on the team. So it's like, yeah, it's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be interesting to see. But it is the Pelicans. I want to warn y'all, it's the Pelicans. So it's a chance that the Hornets can come out and beat them, because you never know what Pelicans team is going to show up. You never know what you're going to get from them. You don't know if 21-second BI is going to be stagnating the offense to a point where, you know what I mean, it's killing the flow of the game. And then you never know, the Hornets, they come in hot some nights. So, I mean, but as far as the individual matchup, DJ, what do you see as far as the individual matchup? Where do you see Lonzo thriving tomorrow, and where do you see Melo struggling, and where do you see Melo thriving tomorrow, and where do you see Lonzo struggling potentially?
Good question. I see Lonzo thriving on defense and backdoor passes, the long outlet passes. He's definitely going to kill the Hornets on that, especially if it's away from 21-second BY's hands once he first get the ball. Let's put that out there. As for LaMelo, LaMelo will thrive on getting to the free throw line. He has a knack, meaning LaMelo Ball, he has a knack of drawing the fouls really well. And LaMelo has been playing some great defenders. Now, his brother is another level of a defender. I mean, he's putting up he's putting up first team all defensive numbers. We can't front now. Lonzo on the defensive end is balling out of control. He's a tough matchup. And shout out to FY Sports Debate. Thank you for being on the chat. For you to say that Devontae Graham will drop 30 on Lonzo Ball, come on, man. Yeah, you know that's not good. You know that's not gonna happen. Are you trying to make everybody riled up?
My God, yo, you be trolling. Well, you be trolling. You worse than Takashi, no snitching. But you be trolling.
Come on, man. 30?
I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm not saying it's impossible, but you funny, man.
Come on, man. You my boy, but come on, bro. But yeah. LaMelo will get most of his points, I believe, on the free throw line and in switches. So when he's not on when he's not on Lonzo, right? When Lonzo's not on him, LaMelo has enough basketball IQ to know, let me get my points here. If Eric Bledsoe is on me or any other miniature guard is on me, let me attack. And he's going to do that. For Lonzo, I think he will be more aggressive. He doesn't not want LaMelo to show him up. No matter what you think about Lonzo, I think he's going to have pride in this game, because the media will have a field day if LaMelo and his team wins this game. And what if it's a close game? Hypothetically, what if it's a close game and LaMelo had a game-winning free throw or a game-winning shot? He may have 12 points, but he had the game-winning shot. That's just nightmare for Lonzo, and I know he hopes that doesn't happen. So for the Pelicans, don't have this game too close. Play the right way. And if this game is close and LaMelo's playing in the last 2 minutes, he will go in that hey, you know that unconscious mode that LaMelo goes to. He will be unconscious and he will start making impossible shots. We've seen this happen this year so far from LaMelo. One thing Lonzo talked about in the press conference, what he expects from LaMelo, and this is key. He said he expects no fear. So he knows his brother is ready for this game. So Lonzo will be taking this game seriously.
Yeah, man. Lonzo, yeah, he gonna take it serious. Look, man. Lonzo is starting to tread dangerous water. Like it's getting dangerous. 2 nights back to back, local media has blamed him for the loss. Fans in New Orleans are starting to get more and more frustrated. Shout out to Dar MCG 98. But yeah, man, fans are starting to get restless. I'm sure ownership hears the whispers. Lonzo needs a turnaround game as far as shooting a good percentage, playing great defense like he always does. Like this game is a big game for Lonzo. I, they always say it's just another game on the schedule. If that was true, then every game would be televised. You know what I'm saying? And every game is not on a national network. So yeah, I can see Lonzo locking down Melo, but the matchup ain't gonna be with Melo because Melo is not getting that many minutes. So I mean, even if he was locking down Melo, to FYF's point, if the focus is Melo, then you might allow other guys to get off. You know what I'm saying? Now I wonder is this brother still going to debate, even though I'm agreeing with him. But nah, I'm just messing with you. But nah, yo, like I don't know. I'm excited. It's like this is the culmination of 4 or 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a very special moment. So whatever happens on the court, that's cool. But just the fact that these guys are going to be on a primetime game after all of the things they went through as a family, all of the blackballing and all of the politics and politics that they've been through, and Melo being projected to be a second round draft pick to coming the way he is right now, you know what I'm saying? To see both of them on that court tomorrow during prime time is going to be special, man. Like I said, the individual matchup, I tend to agree with you, DJ. I feel like it could be a situation where Lonzo locks him down, but I also think it could be a situation where, Melo surprises us because he's been surprising me all season at the level that he's playing. As far as the team matchup, Hornets versus Pelicans. What ways do you see the Hornets winning the game, and what ways do you see the Pelicans winning the game, DJ?
Great question. For the Hornets, they need to take a book out of what the Thunder did and the Pacers did. Don't do too much. Stay the course. Don't don't lose the gap of a lead or a close game in the first half. Keep it as close as possible, even if you're down 5 or 7. That's okay. Keep it very close because you know what's going to happen. You're going to have certain players from the Pelicans play ISO ball and go away for ball movement, and they're going to start messing up and giving up the lead. If they do that, meaning the Pelicans, the Hornets do have a chance. But the Pelicans, they have no business losing this game. They have the better roster, the better team, and it shouldn't even be close. They should win this game by 10 points at least. But for some reason, the Pelicans play their game so close. And when James Borrego, he's many things, but he coached with the Spurs. He's going to exploit Zion in this game. He's going to use Gordon Hayward, PJ Washington, and Miles Bridges to cause problem in the switches. I'm calling it now. That's going to make or break. Now, for the guards, since Devontae is going to be starting, unfortunately, what he has to do is not take dumb shots. Attack the pick and roll and get your forwards involved. They're going to be open. The front court of the Pelicans do not defend. Only Steven Adams defends. So there's openings there. So if he doesn't take dumb shots and be assertive in his passes, they could find a leak in that Pels defense. As for the Pelicans, all they have to do is not go out of their way. BI cannot be having 31 shots again. If he shoots 31 shots in this game, the Pelicans will not win. That's guaranteed. As for Lonzo, they got to get Lonzo involved more. If he's cutting through the basket, pass it to him, get him involved, let his confidence grow. Y'all know this about Lonzo. When Lonzo starts making his shots, he's a confident player for some reason. When he misses his shots, his body language is different. He's moping around. The energy is not there. He's sapped away. So get him involved, get him going, and you're going to see Lonzo amp up on defense. Now, they may have Lonzo on not on Terry Rozier. If that happens, that's still a win because now uh, Graham is going to shoot. He's going to be in his mind. Oh, I'm going to shoot the ball the whole time. Since the best defender is on Terry Rozier, this gives me an excuse to shoot the most shots. If Devontae Graham takes the most shots, the Hornets will not win this game. That's what they want the Hornets to do. They know they're trying to. It's a psychology game. That's the psychology of basketball. They know that James Borrego has a love appreciation for Devontae Graham and is trying to get him involved. The whole NBA community knows this. So what they're going to do is have Lonzo on Terry Rozier, sometimes Graham, but really on Terry Rozier. And if LaMelo comes in, they're going to have Lonzo and LaMelo, and they're going to tell the Hornets, okay, we're going to let Devontae try to win this game because we know he's not going to do it. You do that, they win that game simple.
I agree with you. For the Pelicans, they got to get some more ball movement, some more flowing in the offense. If not, they can still win this game, though, because now that I think of it, they really don't have anyone that can really match up with BI. They really don't have anyone that can match up with Zion offensively because they don't have any rim protectors. They don't have any rim protectors. So I think Zion is going to be able to get to the rim at will. So that's going to be problematic, and BI should be able to score at will. Gordon Hayward and Terry Rozier, they've been streaky all season. Terry is due for a big game, but like you said, it depends on Stan Van Gundy season. If he feels like there's no real threats on the Hornets and they can just match up because he's got two defending guards and Eric Bledsoe and Lonzo Ball, then you'll probably see Bled on Lonzo. You'll probably see Bled on, my apologies, on Devontae Graham and I guess Lonzo on Terry Rozier. But I can see a lot of switches happening and things of that nature. If that happens and Terry Rozier gets hot, then, the Hornets, they got a chance. Like, if they go down big tomorrow, being as though it's such a big game, like it almost to, I don't know to the two brothers, but it might feel like a playoff type of atmosphere because they've never been to the NBA playoffs. And we can't front like this is not a hype game. Like, people have literally been waiting on this game for years, So they're going to feel a level of pressure. They're going to feel pressure to perform. Don't let anybody lie to you. There's going to be a level of pressure there. Then it's going to come down to mental fortitude and who has the strongest mental capacity when it comes to being able to perform nationally televised game. This is Melo's first nationally televised game. What's so sad is this is really going to be the first time that the casual American has seen LaMelo play. You know what I'm saying? Because he hasn't had nationally televised games. The only game he had was preseason games on NBA TV. And I think they might have had one on NBA TV, but everybody doesn't watch NBA TV. More people watch ESPN. So for Melo, this is his coming home party from being overseas and, from the Lithuania days. So it's going to be very, very exciting to watch. As far as the Hornets just got to get up and down the floor. That's their only chance of winning. They got to get up and down the floor, and they got to be efficient. They can't have a lot of turnovers. They got to defend. They got to try not to get in foul trouble because this is the perfect game for Bismack Biyombo to get in foul trouble early because Zion is going to be pushing the initiative and Brandon Ingram is going to be pushing the initiative trying to get to the rack. And who knows, Lonzo might come out aggressive. He seems to be very aggressive in the first quarter. So, yeah, man, if the Hornets get into foul trouble and they don't have any rim protection, it's going to be a long night for them. But if they can get up and down the court and just run Steven Adams to death, run that first unit to death, Zion is not very well conditioned. So to get them up and down the court, that's probably the best chance the Hornets have. Make sure the ball is moving. Make sure they're hitting their shots. Keep the turnovers down. Gang rebound. Everybody got to try to rebound because they're undersized as hell. If the Hornets do those kind of things, if they're not winning the game, the best they can hope for is to keep it close into the fourth quarter. And it seems like the Pelicans have not learned how to close out teams in the fourth quarter yet. They're still young. They got a young mentality. They were up against Indiana. They were also up against OKC, and they blew both of those leads. So the Hornets just got to try to keep it close to the fourth quarter if their shots aren't falling, and then anything can happen.
The key to this game, and not too many people are saying it, Josh Hart with Lonzo Ball. You put those two together, Josh Hart knows how to rebound for the guard. He's probably one of the best guards to rebound. Also, Lamont, you said $10 cash app, Devontae dropping 30 on the Pelicans, Lonzo. I'll say this, Lamont, $200. I bet $200 that Devontae does not get 30 against Lonzo or the
Damn.
Pelicans. And if I lose, I'll cash app you the 200. I'm a man of my word. But if you really want to debate this, I don't want you to back out of it. If I win this debate, $200 on the cash app.
Let's go. Let's go.
I mean, Lonzo's too good of a defender to even Bledsoe. Bledsoe's a solid defender. I know he's not gonna let Devontae Graham get 30 because if Devontae gets 30, they're not gonna win that game. They know that. So I'm
Nah,
gonna
FYF, don't go getting quiet now. The man that threw out a challenge to you. He said,
$200.
you said 10, he said triple up, quadruple up. Let's
Two
go.
hundred
What's
dollars.
up? You taking that or what?
Cash app. $200. I'm down with it. To be honest, I was gonna put $300 or $400 on this bet,
Yo,
but I'm
talk
gonna be
that
nice with
shit, DJ.
200. I'm gonna be nice with 200. And hey, if I lose, okay, I give up 200. But I'm very confident on this bet. Okay, FYS says I only have $10 worth of faith in Devontae Graham. Oh, you don't want to put two. Oh man, I wanted to win another 200. That's very smart of you, Lamont, man. You know, sometimes it's not good to bet on players that are not playing so well right now. So you're being very smart to switch it up. Uh, I can only do the $200 bet, so I guess we're not betting. But I would love for someone to debate. I mean, not to debate, but to bet me around $200 to $400 that Devontae Graham would score 30 points on Lonzo Ball and the Pelicans, because I know I'll win that. There's no way that Devontae Graham is good enough to score 30 on Lonzo and even Bledsoe. I don't do over under. I just do. If he doesn't get 30, then I'll win the $200 if you accept the bet. He could get 20. He could get, as long as he don't get 30, and I know he won't get 30.
Yeah, that's a bet right there. That's a bet. That's a bet. FYF, man. Put your money where your mouth is, man. Put your money where your mouth is, man. You been out here caping for Devontae Graham. You've been talking like he an all-star. Ride your horse, my guy. Ride your horse. You said you ride with Devontae Graham. He about to put 30 on the board, Lonzo. Put your money where your mouth is. DJ said between DJ big talking tonight, y'all. Hashtag new medium. DJ said between 300 and 400. Like whatever you feel like giving out. You know what I'm saying? Like DJ, hey, look, man. I don't think it's impossible. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think it's impossible. Devontae Graham is a three-point shooter. He's had a 40-point night before. Sometimes players can come in lethargic or something like that. I'm not saying it's impossible. FYF, you got a chance. Like you got a chance, man. But all that aside, yeah, man, the Hornets, man, it's hard. It's hard to ever predict their games because their roster is so underwhelming. Every game they go into, I feel like they're gonna lose. Like every game they go into, I feel like they're gonna lose. The only game that I felt like okay, they're not gonna lose is a game they lost, which was against the Memphis Grizzlies. And the reason why I felt like they weren't going to lose that game is because the Grizz had like 6 people out. You know what I'm saying? And John Morant and Jackson were out. So I was like, okay, well, they got a shot. They playing the JV team tonight. So, I mean, I don't know how this is going to go. And to be quite honest, I'm not going to sit up here and cap like I'm a Charlotte Hornets fan because I'm not. But I'm really just interested in the individual matchup. I'm going to watch the game. I'm going to study the game. But I'm really just interested in seeing how Lonzo does and LaMelo does on the same floor. I'm interested in seeing what the numbers are as far as viewership when it comes back. I'm interested to see, like tomorrow, I want to see how they promote it, how big they promote it on ESPN, on First Take, and things of that nature. Because really, that's going to show us what kind of star power this family still has, and I think it's tremendous. So, yeah, man, it's gonna be an exciting matchup, man, and I'm really looking forward to it, man. I got one for you, DJ.
Oh, I'm listening.
Do you feel like I know the situation with Molly from First Take, and pretty much LeVar has been blackballed from ESPN since then? Do you feel like we're going to see any segments on LeVar Ball tomorrow, any segments on the Ball family and the journey they've been through? Do you think they're going to roll out an actual promotional package for this game?
For the Ball brothers, yes. And can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay. For the Ball brothers, yes. But for LeVar, barely. They have a beef with him, which is obvious. Um, Sad though, because he made his sons. He trained them. He raised them. Uh, ESPN is anti-father, anti-black male. We all know this. So I'm not going to be surprised by it. They're going to talk. They're going to show little pictures of what LaMelo and Lonzo and even Jello when they were young, growing up in Chino Hills. They'll have a collage on ESPN, but they won't show too much of LeVar. They're not gonna do that. They're not gonna give him his respect because if this was a single mother who raised 3 sons and they're all in the NBA, she would be paraded around. She could be the most ghetto chick around. She could be the most trifling chick around. They're gonna parade her more than they parade a father.
So
That's
you
just how the game goes.
so you saying they already have a docu movie out on Netflix?
Pretty much, pretty much. They're just not gonna give LeVar. Watch, they're gonna barely talk about LeVar. That's just what I think. If they prove me wrong, I give them props. Also, I got to say this: K. Warren, who is a big time Charlotte Hornet fan. If you follow him on Twitter, you know he's been following the Hornets for years, longer than all of us. He says Graham ain't hitting 30. Laughing my ass off. I think Hayward will though. Yeah, Hayward has a more chance of hitting 30 than Graham. Uh, to say that Graham would hit near 30 points or 30 points on Lonzo or Eric Bledsoe is just disrespectful to basketball fans. We know even a Lonzo Ball hater knows Devontae Graham is not good enough to hit 30 against him. If he does, then Lonzo is not. Then he's just taking a break or just not playing up to his competition or just having a horrible day. But yeah, I don't see that. And Lamont, you said only bet big money on over under. Well, brother, I'm from H Town, man. We just on point when we bet. Either we win big money or lose big money. I don't give a like, brother. That's just how I bet. If I lose 300, that's cool. I'll find a way to win 300. So I'm all about big time betting, man. I don't do over and under. If the team gonna lose, the team go. I'm old school with it. But brother, if you want to debate, man, I mean not debate because we doing that all the time. If you want to if you not even donate, you it's so funny. The over and under. It's the over and under, man. Sorry, I'm just reading the comment. It's making me laugh. Over. I don't do over under. So if you want to bet, man, I'm down with that. I just don't do over under. I'm from H Town, man. I've never done over under. If the team's winning or the team loses, or he gets 30, or if it doesn't get 30, that's how I do it, man. You see, says Zoe gonna have a career game tomorrow. He always plays his best highlights games against them. He does have good games against the Hornets for some reason.
I'm hoping Lonzo has a good game tomorrow. He's due for a big time game, and I'm hoping he has a big game, and I'm hoping Melo performs as well. It's more to me. It's more crucial for Lonzo to have a good game tomorrow than Melo right now. You know what I'm saying? Lonzo needs a good game. He needs a game where he's efficient, where his fingerprints are on the game, or if he just comes out and is a defensive stalwart, and he's really haggling. And I'm struggling to think of a player he needs to haggle on the Hornets. That's how sad this shit is. But if he's really throwing Gordon Hayward off of his if he's really pushing Gordon Hayward off his spot, I guess, that'll be a good game for Lonzo. But other than that, I want to see him really turn it up on the offensive end. And I'm interested to see 21 Second BI against this team as well. Because I don't think anybody can match up with 21 Second BI on the Hornets. It might be an up and down game. Now that I think of it, man, because there's no rim protection. We can see a couple lobs from Zoe to Zion. So I think it might be an exciting game, and I'm interested to see it. Also, I'm interested to see if the Charlotte Hornets are going to start him tomorrow, because they're using, like, I've never really seen a team. I'm not gonna say I've never seen it. In my personal opinion, I've never seen a team use two brothers as like the banner for the next game. And I'm not talking about it says Charlotte versus New Orleans. No, it literally says Zoe versus Melo, and it has a picture of them two like they're guarding each other. So, I mean, if you're gonna do all of that on your social media, maybe your big rollout is to start him tomorrow. I tend to think no, because they just do a lot of dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm interested to see if Melo's gonna start. Anybody taking bets on if Melo starts tomorrow? FYF, are you willing to put when you put $190 extra down for that? Or $290 extra for that? Is that good for you? Is that a good enough bet? Would you take that bet? Melo starting or not starting? What you think, DJ?
Man, I don't know because James Borrego, he's stubborn. I'm sure the ESPN offices are calling up Mikey Jordan and Mitch Kupchak like, man, are y'all starting LaMelo Ball? We trying to have Lonzo versus LaMelo, man. We ain't trying to have Lonzo versus Devontae Graham. that's, that's not a marketable thing. But Lamont, you said DJ wrong, cause truth, if Devontae dropped 30, FYF Fred dropping the ether on you next. Well, if you guys drop the ether on me, thank you, because you're giving more views and subs than me. So, I mean, I'm at a point right now where I really don't care if anybody makes the ether on me. That means they think about my channel every day. And whether if you accept the bet or not, if you win the bet and I give you 200, I'll just probably see it as charity. Besides, I need to be giving back anyway. So for your sakes, if I was you, if you were that confident in Devontae Graham, just take the bet and let the best man win. But this is why I love having Lamont on the show, so we can have these type of discussions.
God damn, I feel like I'm in Vegas. Man, yeah, I mean, look, if you believe in the guy, take the bet, man. Take the bet. Um, I don't know, man. I can't say either way whether LaMelo's gonna start or not. I don't know. I just know that for Devontae Graham to be the face of the team, and a few people said that last night. I mean, they probably should just put a picture of Devontae Graham and Brandon Ingram on the flyer, and I'm sure we would all watch the game. You know what I'm saying? Because all of us just really want to see Devontae Graham. You know what I'm saying? Being the first round draft pick bait that he is for trading value. But in all seriousness, man, yeah, man, I'm just like I said, I'm gonna be really monitoring tomorrow. I was gonna go down to New Orleans, but I really didn't know what to expect going to a game with COVID stipulations. I ain't know it was gonna be nets up and all that, and I didn't want to deal with all that. So I'll just watch it here, and or I'll watch it. I'll be going to LA tomorrow. I'll watch it in LA, and yeah, man, DJ, I'm looking forward to it. Any other matchups you looking forward to in this game? Anything you want to see in this game? What are you expecting from Zion and 21 Second BI tomorrow?
Great question. Before I answer it, Lamont says bet he's not starting. I'm gonna let you know, Lamont. I didn't bet that part. I only betted if that Devontae Graham
Right,
would
you
not
trying?
score 30.
Yeah, you slick. I was come on.
Nobody's gonna bet on that. Everybody know LaMelo's not starting. I mean, everybody and their mama know LaMelo's not starting. But yeah, I'm just letting you know that I'm only betting that Devontae Graham would not score 30 on Lonzo and Bledsoe. I think those two have a reputation of defending guards very well to give up that many points to Devontae. If they do it, if Devontae just come out uh, guns blazing and scoring 30 and 30 plus, hey, I'll just give that good charity. So no problem with me.
Yo, K Wern, like if you in the chat, bro, um, pull up, man. I got a question. You know, you a lifelong Charlotte Hornets fan. I want to know what's the temperature for y'all coach in Charlotte right now. Because whenever I see you speak of him, you speak of him with great disdain. Like, is James Borrego, as far as the fans in Charlotte, is his head already on the chopping block? Like, are y'all already ready for this guy to be gone? Like, I'm curious about that, man, because I've been seeing more and more comments. And DJ, I saw something that you retweeted that I want to ask you about. You were talking about the local sportscaster in New Orleans really going in on Lonzo. Does this seem to be a thing that you're starting to see more and more, or is that just a one-off event?
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of media members are using old media tactics. Instead of being clear and concise and objective on a certain player, they're regurgitating old talking points from First Take, Undisputed. It's the same thing. And what we do on our show, we'll say what Lonzo does well and what he doesn't do well. This guy said, "Oh, I hope Lonzo doesn't shoot 18 times because if he does, he's going to cost him the game." And uh, those are easy shots that Lonzo should have made. I get that, but you want your point guard to have more shot attempts. I'll tell you one thing: if Brandon Ingram shoots 31 times, they're definitely not going to beat the Hornets.
Shit, hell, Anthony Edwards he shot 21 times and like he's a rookie coming off the bench. Damn,
Yeah,
Lonzo can't get 18 shots up.
yeah, he's tripping, man. Like a lot of people in the media bully Lonzo. They have a disdain for his father. And since Lonzo didn't cuss his father out like they wanted him to, they're taking that out on Lonzo. The media is like the mob, man. They want you to do something that's immoral and not in your moral compass. They know Lonzo was his father. He would never try to embarrass his father in public. But since he never did that, they're trying to take Lonzo to the cleaners in the media. He cannot mess up at all. When Lonzo has an error, they're blaming him for the whole game. Now, I seen the Hornets when they lost to the Thunder was horrible on switches on defense. The whole team shot bad. Everybody has bad shot selection. But they blamed Lonzo the most, and he wasn't even the biggest problem of the team. It's just pathetic, man. And this is why I'm doing new media. New media is something that it's right. It's something that makes sense. And for those who are listening, seem to vibe with the new media. We're not going to sugarcoat. We're not going to dance around questions or be PC about things. We will be honest. We will be real, and we will show respect. That's the main part. You can disagree and still show respect.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, K Warren, I was very interested to hear that, man, because if y'all are already to the point of getting rid of James Borrego, one, do y'all have dream candidates that y'all want? Do y'all want a Mark Jackson? And is it just James Borrego, or are y'all already? Well, not already. Are y'all tired of Mitch Kupchak, and are you tired of ownership of Michael Jordan? I'm curious to know all of these things. And DJ, yeah, man, that's why Tuesday night I was so adamant about when they lost the game and Zoe got ripped. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. I told you. I said it's coming, and I've been seeing a lot of backlash about Zoe not playing well, Zoe being inefficient. No, of course, but no one's really talking about his defense. You know what I'm saying? No one is really talking about his defense. You know what I mean? And they're just focusing on the negatives, and that's not a oh well they just do that. No, that's important because narratives are enough to get someone traded. Narratives are enough to get someone um, to get a player misused in this league. You know what I mean? And it can end up ruining their career. So I'm really hoping that Lonzo turns it around. And I'm hoping that this game is the start of something for Zoe. We can rattle off some efficient games, and he's being very pragmatic with the basketball. I'm going to answer that question in 1 second, FYF. K. Warren said, I want Mark Jackson. That would be dope. I still believe in Mitch. MJ is tired of losing. To be real with you, K. Warren, I think Mitch Kupchak is your problem. I don't think it's James Borrego. I think y'all got an idiot for a GM, and I'm so glad he's out of LA. I think Mans is an absolute idiot.
Oh man.
I think he's the worst part of your organization. The first night when he was talking about LaMelo Ball isn't gonna, he's not gonna be given any minutes. He's gonna have to earn his minutes. I said, yo, this dude is a jackass still. He's a jackass. And he proved me right by going and paying Gordon Hayward, Mr. Glass, $130 million. You know what I'm saying? This is the guy that gave us the Luol Deng contract. He still ain't learned. Like you still ain't learned. Like you still haven't figured it out, guy. You know what I mean? But so yeah, my problem is with Mitch Kupchak. James Borrego, a lot of times, yeah, during the game, he does look like a deer in the headlights. Like you don't know what the hell going on. Like somebody shot a three yesterday and they missed the shot. I want to say it was Terry Rozier. He missed the three. And James Borrego's looked like his dog had died. He was throwing his arms and shit. I was like, bro, you want to have more stoicism as a coach. You don't want to be, your poker face all trash. So I feel what you're saying about James Borrego. But FYF, uh, he says, FYF Sports Debates says, I have one question for you in Revolution. Yes, wanted Melo to get more minutes. He's getting that, but you're still not happy. What do you want to see to be happy with his usage? Ha ha, very sneaky, sir. You're trying to start a debate, but that's not what I said. Check the record. I want Melo to start. Mine is a more moral issue, and it's about not treating this kid differently because of his last name. So it wasn't about him getting more minutes. Anyone with eyes can see he deserves minutes. Anyone with eyes can see that he should be the starting point guard. That's what I was pushing. As far as usage, I don't have a problem with him being a third option right now. And I'm not about to break out percentages and numbers of the usage rate, but no, I think he should be the third option right now behind Terry Rozier. I mean, behind Gordon Hayward and Terry Rozier. I'm fine with that. You know what I mean? Starting off, and if they continue to be inconsistent throughout the year, then the keys need to be handed to Melo, and he needs to be running the offense, running a lot of pick and roll, and a lot of rub roll, and a lot of backdoor screens for the shooters like Devontae Graham and Terry Rozier and Gordon Hayward. But yeah, that's just what I think, G.
Excellent point, brother. And
Hold on, hold
everybody
on.
on the chat.
Hold on, DJ. Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry, brother. FYF
Oh, you
says
caught
somebody.
something, didn't you?
Yeah. Hold on. Check this out. He said he can't start until they trade Terry or Devontae. We all know. Man, stop, man. Come on, man. You always come in here with this cat, man. You always come here. I gotta come back on camera, man. Nobody want Devontae Graham, man. We done already had the beat reporter for the Charlotte Hornets, one of the beat reporters from 3-point conversion. This man covered his team, man. Nobody want this guy, man. Like, so there's a good chance Devontae Graham is going to be sitting on the bench at some point. Also, Terry Rozier is not the problem. It's Devontae Graham. Devontae Graham doesn't play good with any lineup. He has the worst numbers on the team. You know what I'm saying? As far as percentages, as far as when he's in a lineup, how the lineup performs. So no, man, like, come on, man. Like, you've been trying to run this since the beginning of the season, bro. We're not saying Terry Rozier isn't going to be traded, but right now they're not going to wait for one of those guys to get traded to put him in the starting lineup. They're not going to do that, bro. They're not going to do that. But what they were banking on is Terry Rozier being traded and more interest being shown or higher offers being shown, and they thought he would be gone. That's what they thought. I know about the Clippers and the situation with the Clippers, how the Clippers wanted him, but they didn't offer enough. I know about that. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, they were hoping for this to be Devontae's team, obviously. They were hoping until Melo came around that Devontae could replace some of that punch Terry Rozier had as far as the scorer. Once again, a sign of a shit organization. Because if you're looking at his trajectory and you're looking at what he did last year, he was not very efficient. Shot 38 from field goal percentage, regular range, not 3-point range. He's not an efficient player. He's undersized. He's got more holes in his game than what he brings to the team, even if he was a magnificent scorer, because he's always going to be a defensive liability. He's always going to be a rebound liability, and you're already playing him with another short guard. Yes, I agree that they're trying to run trade value up, but like I told you night one, how did that work out? Now his trade value is pretty shitty. So you were wrong, and I was right. That's the facts. Nobody wants Devontae Graham, bro. Like, nobody, especially right now. Who the hell trading for that? The Shanghai Dragons? Because ain't nobody in the league. Ain't nobody in the
Hey,
league
Rev.
trading for that.
Yo, Rev, man. We had 3-point conversions on, man, right? And we asked them about how Devontae's doing and if any team's interested. There's no word on that. There's a reason for that. He's not playing well. He's not shooting well. He's turning over the ball like 90 going off. This dude is just, I mean, I don't want to be too tough on Devontae. He was a great college player at Kansas. Got a lot of family members who are Jayhawk fans. So trust me, I've seen him play in college. He just needs to be a six man. For Terry Rozier has earned his stripes. Terry Rozier has played well with LaMelo. Terry Rozier has found a way to still get his points and stats while allowing LaMelo to be a point guard. Devontae doesn't do that. Devontae takes away shots, playmaking away from LaMelo, doesn't allow him to grow his game. So it's all, at the end of the day, it's all about helping LaMelo grow because he's the future. Terry Rozier realized that, and you see him playing very well so far. As for Devontae's pressing because they thought LaMelo wasn't going to fight for his position. But you're seeing now LaMelo is fighting very hard. He's fighting hard in practice. He's fighting hard in games. LaMelo Ball, he's diving for loose basketballs. He's out rebounding guards. He's playing tough in limited minutes. All these rookies are playing more minutes than him, more usage rate. And it's not like we're saying that LaMelo deserves the number one usage rate. We've never said that. We've always said that Gordon Hayward and Devontae Graham deserve the right to have the most minutes and usage rate on the team. We've said this. We just don't want Devontae Graham getting that. Hornets fans have pointed it out. All family fans have pointed it out. Everybody is. So it's not just us saying it. That's a lot. Rev, can you address this? Chris Conrad says, as it stands, Melo's the worst defense in the league right now. That's cap right there.
You
That's a
sound
lot.
you sound like one of them guys on Twitter that never watch Melo play, and the only time you see him play is on overtime highlights. And you're probably one of those guys like, he's just a cherry picker. He's a cherry picker, man. You're probably one of them guys, bro. It's hard to take you serious, man. If you've been watching the Charlotte Hornets play, man, he's playing good defense. He's sliding his feet. You know what I'm saying? He's making sure that if he doesn't know what to do, he goes to the coaches immediately. You see him on the sideline all the time. Go to the coaches immediately and ask them questions about what he could be doing better. He leads all rookies in steals. He's third in the league per game in steals. And this guy's a rookie. So his defense was tremendously overblown. Some terrible ass scout that wasn't doing their job was just going with a narrative. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not saying his defense has been amazing, but for him to be what they said he was, this kid overall on defense has been impressive to me. I've seen him match up with Ben Simmons on plays. I've seen him match up with Kyrie. I've seen him match up with Kevin Durant. He won some, he lost some, but he's out there competing.
KNT Radio. We're not saying that LaMelo is a perfect defender. That's not even the case. But he does average 1.8 steals per game, and he gets enough blocks for a guard position. That's pretty good. Does he get caught off sometimes? Yeah, he's a rookie. He's only 19 years old. He just so there's growth. He's shown the ability to have quick hands, great IQ on defense. He's gonna grow. I'm not worried about LaMelo in that end. It's all about just learning the game, and he'll grow with that. Um, you know, it was funny. Someone said, Red Pill Alpha says he's a his name on my channel.
DJ, your mic
I'm
going in
welcome
and out.
all. Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, sorry about that. So whoever is a fan of Coupon TV, welcome to the channel, man. You're always welcome. You're always welcome to have an opinion. And guess what? You won't be blocked on my channel. As long as you don't curse anyone out, I'm not going to do that. I know you're used to it at the channels you like, but here you have free reign to say what you want, as long as you don't cuss and be disrespectful. But welcome to all Coupon TV fans who are on the chat. You're all appreciated. As for LaMelo, I sense that, and I said this before the season started. I said that LaMelo Ball is the most nitpicked player in the NBA. He's up there. It may not just be LaMelo, but he's up there. And I was right so far. He barely plays a full starter's minutes. He plays spot duty. So sometimes it's 3 minutes, sometimes it's 4 minutes. And when he's on fire, you realize coach put him on the bench. Usually great coaches, when a player is on fire on the court, when they're making a lot of shots, having some defensive stops, they play them longer in the game. Chris Conrad, we know Lonzo's on that list as well as most nitpick. We get that too. But all ball brothers are. And you know what? Jello's going to be nitpicked in the G League. It just comes with the territory when your last name is Ball. But back to LaMelo. Um, LaMelo, it seems like every game is never enough. And it's pathetic. Instead of enjoying and trying to see the growth. Now, I'm not talking to people that are objective and say what LaMelo needs to work on. This is not for them. This is for the people who cannot point out the deficiencies well or the positives. They can do neither. It's always exaggerated. There was someone on social media that said Halliburton is the player LaMelo would never be. I like Halliburton. I think the Knicks should have had the Halliburton. But Halliburton is playing starters minutes off the bench. The other game, he played 37 minutes in a much-needed win. LaMelo hasn't even sniffed 30-plus minutes. Can you imagine if LaMelo um, played 35 minutes a game? Can you imagine the stats he'll have? It'll be astronomical. And Lamont, when you said LeBron is the most criticized, to be honest, see, this is why y'all got to listen, brother. No disrespect, brother. I said one of the most criticized players, not the most criticized player. We know that LeBron is on top of the food chain and being criticized, but it's not just LeBron. Lonzo gets nitpicked all the time. LaMelo does. Westbrook does. A lot of players do, not just. That's why I said one of the most.
Yo,
So
man said that LaMelo Ball, he hasn't seen criticism from Melo Ball. Wait, stop it, boy. Stop it, boy. Y'all playing games tonight. Man, come on, man. They got a whole RDC World viral video talking about how all Melo highlights get shown for no reason. Like that boy ain't out there saucing up full court passes with spins on them and dropping 22 on your favorite player. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all stop playing, man. Melo has been criticized since he was at Chino Hills. The kid scores 92 points, and all they talk about is he's a cherry picker. Like most top prospects in high school don't do a level of cherry picking. Like, come on, man. Talking about the man jump shot, talking about he looked like I remember when he was in Lithuania, his own teammates was up there posting pictures of Borat, saying the man looked like he from Kazakhstan or something. Like, bro, come on, man. Like the whole family done got a lot of hate. Zoe done dealt with a lot of hate. Jello isn't even in the league officially. And you know what I'm saying? He gets a lot of hate. Melo gets a lot of hate. It just comes with the name, like somebody said. There ain't no need to say who gets hated on more. That shit sound crazy, actually. No, he get hated on more. No, he get hated on more. Hate is hate. You know what I'm saying? And if your last name is the same, I'm pretty sure they're not saying, okay, well, I hate him a little bit less. No, I mean, you know, it all goes with the last name. As far as somebody asked the question, it was crazy. Somebody asked the question. They said, Zoe or LaMelo, who's better? Melo, bro. Like, come on, man. Look, I'll say it. I'll remix it. I'll flip it. I'll turn it around. Mellow. For me, and I, I know this is controversial, but for me, just looking at basketball, I'm gonna leave that alone. But for me, yeah, Mellow. Who would you say, DJ?
for what, brother? Who I
They
think
asked
better?
they asked you who's better, Lonzo or Mello?
Oh man, boy. I ain't gonna like what I'm saying. You know what? I'm gonna learn this from from the gang, the streets, man. I plead the fifth. I'm not gonna judge those two until I'm gonna be fair. I'm gonna say this. I want y'all to listen closely. I'm not gonna judge those two until I see the full form of LaMelo Ball. And as for everybody saying LaMelo never gets criticized like Lonzo, the reason why LaMelo doesn't get criticized as much as Lonzo, he gets criticized. They talk mess about LaMelo every day. It seems like, but the reason why it's not as bad as Lonzo, I'll say this: the style of play is so fun, and LaMelo's such a dog. Like you see it on the court. Even his haters be like, "Man, I don't like the kid, but damn, he a dog." That's the only reason why. What do you think, Rev?
I don't know, man. I see the kid get a lot of hate just as much as Lonzo. But like you said, man, Lonzo's first year was so up and down, and he hasn't really had a breakout year. He's a 4-year player versus a rookie. You know what I'm saying? And to me, it's just Yeah, Zoe gets hate because sometimes Zoe's hate is kind of justified sometimes, and like sometimes. I'm not saying all the time, but some games there are some things that Lonzo does to affect the game, and it's like, God damn, Zoe, you know what I mean? And every player has that. And then, yes, he gets scrutinized more because he's a ball. But come on, let's be real. All of our favorite players have had bad games before. You know what I mean? And right now, it seems like the thing that they're really heckling Lonzo on is efficiency, which is a double standards because some of their favorite stars are very inefficient on a lot of nights. So, yeah, man, I think Melo gets his fair share of hate, a lot of hate. Um, a lot of people still think he can't play. They still think he's gonna be a bust. They still think he's a cherry picker. I see it every day. They still question his love for the game. They still talk about defense. Like everybody on that team ain't absolute garbage on defense. So it is what it is. But no, my vote is I think Melo is the better player. I mean, it's just there, man. And I hate to say it. That doesn't mean Zoe can't be a good player or a great player. But if I'm matching them up evenly and I'm looking at it as far as trajectory, I think Melo will end up being the better player.
All right, I'm gonna answer this from Lamar, man. You just since you want to go there, you said forget your feeling, gotta answer the question. Okay, I'll answer the question, my brother, since you want to go there. What type of point guard I want in today's NBA? Who's better for that type of point guard? I want a point guard that's gonna drive to the basket. So I pick LaMelo. Fuck it. I don't care who says it. I'll pick LaMelo. I don't care. I love Zoe. I appreciate Zoe, and Zoe may just shut down LaMelo, but I'm still picking LaMelo. Zoe's a fantastic defender, great passer, but I'm picking LaMelo. I want my point guard to drive to the basket. You happy now? I'll be trying. Yeah, they be trying me, man. I mean, god damn. Shout out to Spotted Gaming $3 super chat. Should they trade Graham or Terry? Uh, Terry Rozier has definitely been a good teammate to LaMelo. It seems like you see it through the court chemistry, on court chemistry, uh, interviews. He always says it, but he means it on the court as well. I'll keep Terry. Terry has deserved that, right? As for Graham, I hope a team will take him, but there's a reason why a team you don't hear too many teams trying to acquire Devontae Graham. That may happen, but I'd rather trade Graham. Graham is taking horrible shots. He's taking away shots from LaMelo Ball. At least with Terry, Terry knows how to balance it out from the scoring and distributing with passing.
It was skipping for me. I couldn't hear most of that, brother. But I would definitely say Graham, but you're gonna have to package him with something because I have no need if I'm a front office for unless you bring in something with him, a 5'11" guard. I remember Kevin Durant was questioning whether or not Devontae Graham could even make it in the league. To be real with you, so yeah, man. I'm not sending you no valuable piece for Devontae Graham, but if some team bid on him, then hell yeah, I'll trade Devontae Graham quick as shit.
Well, I got to answer this. If Lonzo had LaMelo's offensive mentality, it'd be a wrap. Yeah, I think he'll be not just an all team defensive player. I think if Lonzo had LaMelo's offensive mentality, he'll be a first team All NBA. That mentality with Lonzo's skill set, oh my God, you can't tell me that's not greatness. That's greatness if he had that. Um, Again, Zoe's going to defend the Hornets very well, and I'm sure that's going to be the worst game from LaMelo this year. Lonzo is that dude on defense. But let's keep it real now. LaMelo is a 19-year-old and he's a rookie. Lonzo has been shutting down players like Devin Booker, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, and many others. The Toronto guards. So there's not an offense he's not been able to see. Um, but if Lonzo had LaMelo's offensive aggression and moves, he will be a first team all defensive player. No one can tell me anything different than that.
But see, that's the thing that concerns me about this debate, about this Lonzo versus Melo situation. And DJ, your mic was still going in and out a little bit, brother. Um, the thing that concerns me is the question is posed, and then once you answer the question, it becomes, well, if Zoe had this, and if Zoe, that happens a lot with Zoe, and I'm starting to notice that. You know what I mean? Like we do that a lot with Zoe. Like it's a lot of if Zoe had that, and if Zoe had this, and if Zoe did this, and if Zoe, no, the question is, who is the better player as it is in reality right now? You know what I'm saying? If Devontae Graham had 6 inches, he'd be a valuable piece to the Charlotte Hornets. You know what I'm saying? 6'4", 6'5" shooter. That would be a very interesting piece for the Charlotte Hornets. But Devontae Graham is 5'11". That's just the facts. And Lonzo don't have LaMelo's mentality. That's just the facts. Can we just accept Lonzo for what he is? And that doesn't mean he has to be a bad player. He could be a Jason Kidd type of player and not have this Melo mentality. You know what I mean? But as it is right now, Melo has a different mentality. Let me break it down. The reason why I say Melo's a better player. I think Melo's a streaky shooter, but when he gets hot, he's hot. I think Melo's a scorer. I was told that Melo was not going to be a premier scorer in this league, or that Melo was going to struggle to score. You don't continuously score in double digits the last 5 games if you're going to struggle scoring. That's not how that works. That's not how that works, especially as a rookie. That's not how that works. So I think Melo is a better overall scorer. I think he's a more streaky shooter. I have more faith in him shooting than Lonzo. I think he's got more wiggle to his game. His handle is much better. He finishes better. And like somebody said, he can hit free throws. It seems like he's going to shoot anywhere between 75% and maybe 83%. You know what I'm saying? So those are the things I really like about Melo's game. I like his ability to create something out of nothing when there's no play there without a pick and roll. I like his ability to get to the rack and confuse bigs and use a pretty upgraded 2K layup package. I like all of that. The things I like about Lonzo's game, Lonzo's defense is impeccable. Lonzo's more athletic. Lonzo seems to have a more of a feel for system basketball. You know, yeah, that's what I like about Zoe. That's what I like about Zoe. So you know, when I line those two up and I look at the attributes, and I really love Melo's mentality. For me, Melo's just the better player. That don't mean that Melo is the better player in real life. Just to me, in my opinion, in my head, and what I see when I watch basketball, I feel like Melo is the better player.
That's a good point. Um, Let me add on to this because people keep saying Lonzo doesn't have the green light. He doesn't have the green light. That's correct. But neither has LaMelo. LaMelo has to, all of his points and assists have came from just being ultra aggressive, like taking the basketball in his own hands. Both players do not have the green light. Even James Borrego doesn't create too many plays for LaMelo Ball. All LaMelo Ball's points have came from freestyle pretty much. Make something out of nothing. But you got players like Devontae Graham and others, they got plays ran for them and they still missing shots. And yes, I know BI is ball hogger. We get that. But Lonzo, he's man enough to tell BI he needs to have that man-to-man conversation. Be like, hey man, we're not gonna win too many games playing like this. We gotta put an emphasis in ball movement. We have to. That's what I would be like if I was talking to BI. But do I ever see Lonzo doing that? I don't know. I don't think he ever will do that.
I think what's another damning argument. Some people, I think it's Joey Ramos. You're not the only one, but a few people have asked who's going to have the better stats, and some people are saying Zoe's going to have the better stats. Well, goddamn, I think he better. He on you on year 4. That shouldn't be hard. y'all are comparing them like they're in the same year. You're on year 4, family. Like, yeah, he should have the better numbers. Like, what are we talking about? And I think he's capable of having the better numbers. But I'm not judging. Even if Melo scores more points than Lonzo tomorrow, that's not why I say Melo is better. Because a lot of things can happen in the game. Melo's team can get hot. One thing can lead to another. That doesn't mean that Melo's a better player because he scores more points than Lonzo tomorrow if that happens. No, I'm just looking at the game for what the game is and the way they impact the game and the way that LaMelo is able to make something happen out of the pick and roll, and he's able to make something happen out of nothing. And the way Lonzo was able to make full court transition passes on a dime, LaMelo is able to do that as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm just comparing their games and what I see for the style that I like. Melo is the better player. You know what I'm saying? Once again, what I would caution and I would ask people to start doing, we can't play the game for Melo. We can't play the game for Lonzo. So all of this, every time somebody bring up Lonzo, oh yeah, but it's because of this. Oh yeah, well it's because of that. Bruh, that don't matter once you're on the court. None of that matters. No front office is gonna say, "Oh, well, he didn't do it because of this." And he didn't. And if he had this guy's mentality, they're gonna be like, he doesn't have it, or he does have it, and they're gonna make their decisions based off of that. We can't keep wishful thinking. I think Hoop Jargon said this. We can't keep wishing it for him. You know what I'm saying? We can't will him to do something. Maybe his style of play is the style of play he's playing. Maybe that's what it is.
It is what it is, my brother. It is what it is. So LaMelo Ball averages 22 minutes, right? 22 minutes, and his stats are in 22 minutes with a lower usage rate, below 17 usage rate. LaMelo averages 12.1 points, 5.1 rebounds, 4.9 assists, and 1.8 steals. And this is what he is averaging in 22.1 minutes. Also, a block a game. Also, 70 plus, 78, 80% from free throw line. Also, 39% from three. And mid 40s field goals. That's impressive. That's very impressive. So it's not really right to compare stats with Lonzo. LaMelo's barely playing. Lonzo is, let me go to Lonzo. And you all know that Lonzo has played an increase of minutes lately. So Lonzo in, let me look at this, 37.6 minutes per game. So Lonzo averages 13.4 points, 4.6 rebounds, 4.8 assists, and he has 10 points more in usage rate. And that's what he's averaging in
That part.
37 and a half minutes.
That part.
I mean, I'm just being real with y'all. So are we really going to say, oh, Lonzo has better stats than LaMelo? Come on, it's not even a big difference because he's playing more minutes. So he has 1 point, let me see, Lonzo has 1.7 more points than LaMelo a game. And he has past double-digit minutes. You tell me.
Yo, man said, Chris Conrad said that, he said that Lonzo affects the game more than Melo. and it's obvious. Boy, I don't know what the hell New Orleans Pelicans team you watching, but the New Orleans Pelicans team I'm watching, I'm about to start sounding like Plies over here, man. I don't know. I don't know what you watching, but
Bro,
the
I gotta
Pelicans.
say this. I'm sorry to cut you off, brother, because I want you to get on this, man. This brother running shout out to Running Back 2021. You're a good subscriber and thank you for being part of the show. He says LaMelo got a higher usage rate in less minutes. What does that tell you? I just told you that LaMelo has a lower usage rate than Lonzo. I just told you the stats. The difference is the reason why LaMelo scores effectively is because he tries to take it in his own hands. He doesn't let anybody else try to put him in a box. Something I want Lonzo to do. That's the only difference. But yeah, they're not making it that many plays for uh LaMelo. LaMelo had to do it on his own.
Yeah, brother. And as far as impact on the game, like I said, I don't know what New Orleans Pelicans games y'all be watching, but the games I'll be watching, Lonzo does make an impact, but because they shine him so much and he doesn't get that many touches, his impact is not what it used to be when he first came in the league, when he had a semblance of running the offense and the stretch that he had before the bubble last year. Really, sometimes I'm not being funny. I forget Zoe's on the court, man, because it'll be 6 or 7 times where they come down the court and they don't even look at Lonzo. Lonzo just over there in the corner. So that I don't know what the hell game you be watching, bro. Defensively, he always has an impact. So I'm not gonna cap about that. I'm not gonna lie about that. He always has an impact. And when he's engaged and Bi is not on the floor, I do see his impact, and I see how he can be a very impactful player. As far as Melo, when Melo leaves the game, the Charlotte Hornets, they lose leads, they fall apart, and they look terrible. We've seen several games where Zoe is not in the game and the New Orleans Pelicans maintain a lead. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's obvious who has the bigger impact on the team when one's a rookie who's only getting limited minutes. So, but that, like I said, this debate is to me is healthy. It's fun. I'm just happy that everyone supports the Ball family, and if you got a person that you feel like suits the style of play that you like, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Uh, he said, "Can I answer this, DJ?"
Oh, absolutely.
KNT Radio says, Rev, do you think you will win more? And it's another question I'm going to answer in a second. Somebody said, Rev, do you think you will win more with Lonzo or LaMelo starting? Man, that's a hell of a question, G. That's a hell of a question. You got to tell me which Lonzo I'm getting. Am I getting this Lonzo right now with 21-second BI that's sitting in the corner? Or am I getting Lonzo who's running the offense? If you could clarify that, that'll be good. And somebody asked the question, I think it was King Common Sense. That's a hell of a name. Who will have the better lob play, Zoe to Zion or Melo to Miles? I think it's going to be a lot of lobs. I think this game is going to be like a Showtime game. Like it's going to be up and down the court. It's going to look a lot like an all-star game, if you ask me. Of course, they're going to be playing harder defense, but I think this is going to be a showcase of young talent in the league. Because not only do you have Zoe versus Melo, as AB the Hero pointed out, you have Zion versus Melo round 2. And anybody that saw that AAU game or seen clips from that AAU game, that shit was bananas. I think Melo had 30 and Zion had 20-something. So, I mean, then you got BI on the court. You got Miles Bridges. A lot of young talent for the league. So this is a showcase game. He said Lonzo is running the offense. Woo, man.
That's not true at all.
No. He's saying I was asking KNT Radio, like, which Lonzo would I be putting my trust in as far as winning games? Because Melo's a rookie, KNT Radio, I would trust Lonzo more because Lonzo is more of a system player. The unfortunate thing about Melo, as much as I like Melo's game, because of the idiocracy that's going on in Charlotte right now, I never get to see him in a lot of situational basketball. I never get to see him at the end of the fourth quarter. I rarely get to see him at the end of halves. I rarely get to see him out of timeouts when things matter. So I don't know how he's going to handle NBA situational basketball. Is he a risk taker? Is he conservative? Because see, with Lonzo, okay, if I can use this metaphor, Lonzo in football as a quarterback right now would be a distributing game manager. That guy can win you 11 games in the NFL. But Melo is like Patrick Mahomes, man. His first year. He got a lot of things that wow you. He got a lot of things that make you say, okay. But he also throw an interception from time to time. So I gotta say, right now, knowing that Melo's a rookie and I haven't seen him in that situational basketball, I would take Lonzo. What about you, DJ?
Yeah, for that I'll take Lonzo because it's the safe bet. You know what I mean? That's the player who can run a system, can manage the system, and man, I like that analogy right there. I'm trying to think of a game manager in the NFL um, that fits this criteria. I'm trying to think. We have a lot of good players in the NFL right now. Um,
Jared Goff.
yeah, like Jared Goff. Lonzo's like Jared Goff. Jared Goff has a talented arm. He's very accurate, but sometimes it's like he manages the game so he can lessen his mistakes and it helps the team out. When Jared Goff does not make too many mistakes and he just manages the game, the Rams win more. Uh, LaMelo's like rookie year Patrick Mahomes, not the MVP Patrick Mahomes, but rookie year Patrick Mahomes. Growing his game out, made some wild plays, but also made key turnovers. You know, he turned over the ball a couple times, but he's a risk taker. And that's why LaMelo is going to grow. And Del Curry talked about it. He said the great thing about LaMelo Ball is that this kid fears nothing and he always embraces the moment. He doesn't worry about mistakes. You realize when LaMelo Ball makes a mistake, he's not putting his head down. He's not saying, woe was me. He's going right back out there and forget it like it never happened. And for a player in today's game, if you got that type of mental fortitude, that's so important. You can be very successful in the NBA by just forgetting the mistakes. He'll learn from the mistakes. But yeah, 704 bounce said, yeah, Doug Curry did say that. Yes, he did. And and shout out to 704 bound. He's a big time Charlotte fan. Thank you for supporting the channel. Uh, but at the end of the day, it just depends on the team. If I have a team where I have all my horses in the stable, right? And I just need someone to manage the ship, you go with Lonzo. Now, if I'm a team that really doesn't have much but needs a face and allows him to mess up, but you know you're going to get a big return in an investment, you get LaMelo. That's pretty much how you do it.
Yeah, man. If I was putting it in like war movie analogies, goddamn Troy, Lonzo like Hector, bro, solid. You know what I'm saying? Up and down, solid, strong, athletic. Goddamn Melo is Achilles, man. Melo been slaying superheroes for the last 2 weeks. Like people were saying, oh, you can never put Melo Ball in the same category. And Melo been going on a court and in his rookie year, like destroying them, man. Like, did y'all see Trey Young last night? Melo was matched up. We didn't talk about this enough. Melo was matched up with Trey Young a lot, bro. Even Dominique Wilkins said it. Trey Young was struggling to finish over Melo's length. And Trey Young cannot check Melo Ball. You know what I mean? Ben Simmons, they pretty much played to a stalemate in Philadelphia. Ben Simmons is 25 years old. You know, and if we just look at it and just be real about it, Lonzo, a lot of his matchups in his first year, he was not getting the better end of it. Also, somebody was talking about Lonzo's numbers being 10, 7, and 7. And Lonzo was a starter. Like DJ said, Melo's a rookie, man. I mean, not that he's a rookie, he's getting less minutes. So, I mean, and the numbers already look better. Melo killed another giant. He killed Luka Doncic. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to hear any talk about, oh, it's not about individual matchups. You go to any highlights on YouTube right now, and they're going to have one player's face and another player's face, whatever are the best players on that team, and they're going to make it seem like an individual matchup. Year one with Lonzo, every top point guard that he played against, the media was using that as a matchup. So now that LaMelo is getting the better of these matchups, people want to say things like, oh, it's the team and Luka has to get in shape and Ben Simmons wasn't game planning and Trey. Nah. He killing them. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, Trey has 7. Yeah, he had a bad 7. He had a bad 7. Clint Capella looked like the best player on the team last night. That's how bad it was. John Collins and Clint Capella, if it wasn't for them, the Hawks would have lost by 30. But once again, that's the kid that is quote unquote not playing defense, and that's the kid that struggles. To me, he doesn't look anywhere near the worst defensive player on that team. Devontae Graham looks like the worst defensive player on that team. Dominic Wilkins said, "Hey, Devontae Graham, every time he's defending somebody, he looks like he's stuck in mud." How is that possible? You're the shortest guy on the team. You're supposed to be the fastest guy on the team. How is it possible that bigs are beating you to the rack? But I digress on that. What you think, DJ?
Man, man, that's a lot to pack in. Can I say one thing? Switch Culture. Shout out to him. He has a YouTube channel. This is what he said, brother. He said that I have just one issue with because I said something that I agree that Lonzo uh, matched up with Devontae could really just destroy his confidence and everything, even more than what it is. Switch Culture says, I have one issue with that. I firmly believe Stan Van Gundy will put Lonzo on LaMelo and um, not Devontae, but Terry Rozier, whatever lineup those two are in, right? He said it's the best move. Putting Lonzo on Devontae is a waste of time. No need to clap a guy who can't shoot it through the ocean. Bledsoe is more than enough, unless he breaks out shooting like crazy. That's crazy, bro. This is how bad Devontae Graham is. When fans are saying, don't even waste Lonzo on Devontae Graham. That's actually smart. Now that I think of it, all Stan Van Gundy got to do is just put Lonzo on Rozier and then put Lonzo on LaMelo when he checks in, and you'll get the win. Eric
That's
Bledsoe,
deep.
Eric Bledsoe is more than enough to hold up against Devontae Graham and everybody else. If I'm Stan Van Gundy, I'm sticking to that plan, and you get yourself a W. And unfortunately for LaMelo, this will be his worst game. I'm prepared for it. You know the media is going to talk about it, but you know what? It's never to be ashamed when you're not playing well against Lonzo. Lonzo is a first-team All-Defender this year. He's playing like it this year. And if he doesn't win that award, that's going to be politics. So it's never – Lonzo Ball held Devin Booker to 8 points. So I don't want to hear about, making fun of, LaMelo gets shut down by Lonzo Ball. He's shutting everybody down. So if the Pelicans do those two things, they got the win, they get to go home well rested. That's all they got to do. And also not make stupid plays.
Man, I see the brother KNT Radio was saying he heard I used to play ball before I think he could suit up and shoot better than 19%. I wouldn't be shooting all them damn threes. I'll tell you that. Like, once I start missing when my percentage is getting like that, I'm going to the rack, player. You have to block my shit every time. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to keep coming. And Devontae Graham doesn't have any of that in his game, and that's what he's struggling with. really what teams are doing, they're running him off the 3-point line and they're matching up their bigger guard with him so that they'll have the length to block his shot, even if he pulls up and shoot a three. If you notice, the only time Devontae Graham has hit shots has been off of passes like from Melo, catch and shoot, where the defense is collapsing to attack Melo, and Melo kicks it out, or it's when Devontae Graham is allowed to dribble up and just shoot threes. But the tape is out on that, so a lot of teams are playing length on that. So it's interesting, man. Yeah, man, Steven Adams, man. People be sleeping on Steven Adams, man. Steven Adams has been playing amazing. I like the way he's moving up and down the court. He's going to cause the Hornets a lot of problems. I'm thinking Biyombo is going to be in foul trouble early. Really, man, the Hornets should just come out with a new starting lineup. Like that would really, really throw the Pelicans off their game because they're game planning for another lineup. It's a national TV game. It's the perfect time to throw Melo into the fire. Tomorrow's probably the day he should start. Because if he has a bad game, then you let him get it out of the system. Then come back against Atlanta the next day in Charlotte, a team he's already had success about, and pick his spirits back up. But if they're gonna keep on driving this train wreck of a starting lineup, then it is what it is. Because I'm sure the Atlanta Hawks are gonna come into Saturday night's game motivated as hell. And if the Pelicans lose this game tomorrow, bro, you're gonna start hearing a lot about trade rumors. If they start this season off 4-5, somebody's getting traded. Like I don't know what y'all think is gonna happen, but somebody's gonna get traded. If they lose to the Charlotte Hornets, they are trending and they're going in the wrong direction. So this is a big game for the New Orleans Pelicans. Really, the Hornets should come in like they have nothing to lose. But the problem is they have these delusions that they're gonna make it to the playoffs with the eighth seed. I can see them maybe vying for a play-in game, but outright playoffs, hell no. Nah.
Oh boy, man. Man, you said a mouthful, my brother. This game, the Hornets should play unconscious. They should be playing free. But you're right. The best way to throw the Pelicans off, you put LaMelo in the starting lineup. Everybody in their mama knows that LaMelo's not starting. And they've been preparing for a Devontae Graham and Terry Rozier backcourt. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen if LaMelo starts. It's going to throw them off because, well, you put Lonzo on LaMelo, yeah, but Terry Rozier is averaging 20-plus points. And Terry Rozier actually scores 25-plus points, metric-wise, right, against shorter guards. Eric Bledsoe is a scrappy player, but he's not 6'4". He's not 6'5". That's right up the alley for Terry Rozier to go off. So you're just going to have Lonzo and LaMelo. It's good for TV. And even if he shuts down Lonzo, it's going to create openings for everybody else. It's going to throw everybody off. So they're going to be like, oh, my God, we got a game plan for this. We didn't prepare for this. They're going to be thrown off guard. But unfortunately, James Borrego is an idiot. And he's too invested on his guys, quote unquote, his guys. So he won't even do it. But this will be the most entertaining game, even if it's a blowout. It's gonna prove a lot of points with this game. It's gonna prove so many points. Since I'm expecting Lonzo not to be on Devontae Graham that much, Devontae Graham better have at least 15 or 20 points if Lonzo's not on him 30-plus minutes in that game.
Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that. But also, I see some comments from people saying that the Pelicans started off with a worse record. Be calm. You don't spend money like y'all spent money with Brandon Ingram to have the same thing keep happening over and over again. You spend money to improve your team to solidify and see some kind of progression. Like The Pelicans got to start showing some progression and some maturity. They have to start showing some progression and some maturity. If they don't do that, somebody's going to get traded. And I'm telling y'all now, it's not Eric Bledsoe. He just got there. And they seem to be pretty satisfied with the way Eric Bledsoe is playing. So somebody's going to be on the trade block. And as a Zoe fan or a Zoe supporter, I ain't mad at that shit. Like I keep saying, I would love to see Zoe get traded to a contender, especially the Clippers. I wouldn't be mad at that at all. So, but tomorrow is going to be a step in the right direction for one of these teams. If the Charlotte Hornets are able to win somehow and go to 4-4, that's major. That is major. You know what I mean? If the New Orleans Pelicans are able to stop this skid, hopefully it'll give them some momentum, and they can get back to their winning ways. But it is a pivotal moment early in the season, especially for the Charlotte Hornets.
And that's the greatest thing about this game. Number one, this is history. And ESPN is going to have a ratings rush out of proportions. Now, ESPN is going to be pissed when they find out Devontae Graham is still starting. The ratings will still be high when LaMelo comes in with Lonzo. But it's going to dip a little bit when knowing LaMelo's not starting. So they're going to take that shit personal. And when I make my video about how the ESPN media company is like a mob, I'm going to point that out. I may make that video this week, by the way, so be on the lookout. Also, if, let's say, the Hornets win this game and there's drama and they trade Zoe, trust me, anybody who supports Zoe and support the Ball family, we're not tripping at all. There's plenty of contenders that want Lonzo. And if you put Lonzo on an elite defensive team like the Clippers, and even though I don't think that would be enough to beat the Lakers, that's going to be a great team to play against. Or anybody else in the Heat, the Heat. There's many other teams that want Zoe. So they're banking on the Pelicans to be dumb enough to trade Zoe. They're banking on that. The Nets is a good fit. They just lost Dinwiddie. So you put Lonzo on the Nets in the Eastern Conference, and with his defensive ability, he's shutting down people. So it's a win-win with the Ball family. And plus, the ultimate part, LeVar. They told LeVar all his sons wouldn't do this or that. He had 2 sons drafted in the top 3 in the NBA. Has Jello in the G League. Not many fathers are doing that. Give this man his flowers now. Give it to him, because you won't see too many parents doing this. And also, shout out to Tina Ball. Despite her stroke, she has been a strong, loving mother, an example for women who are going through medical conditions. We got to show respect to our queens, our women. And LeVar treats his wife like a queen. Nobody talks about it. ESPN doesn't talk about it. ESPN never talks about the rehab work he does with Tina, because they're all about the agenda. They're part of the old media establishment, and they hate everything against #new media. Let them know. New media is the way to the future, and I am blessed to know that everyone supports this initiative we're trying to do.
It's important, it's impactful, and like I said, this is a culmination of 5 years, and for the Ball family itself, a lot longer than that. From the moment where LeVar met Tina and he told her we were going to do something special, yeah, this is a culmination. This is a big moment for the family. So don't let nobody play like, oh, well, this is just another game. It's not another game. It's history. These are the first 2 guys to ever be drafted that high in the draft, the number 2 and 3 picks respectively. So this is a big game, and somebody's absolutely right. I think it's KNT said Melo not starting is really them showing us that their agenda is more important than than money. Absolutely. There's no other reason why Melo wouldn't be starting. This is the equivalent to Jake Paul versus Logan Paul when it comes to YouTube boxing or social media boxing. You know what I'm saying? The insane numbers that Logan Paul versus KSI did, This is what Lonzo versus LaMelo is. This is the Instagram generation on steroids. This is the Twitter sphere on steroids. This is a walking hashtag waiting to happen. If both of them have a bad game where they're not shooting well, I can see the game being used of Spider-Man pointing at himself being a viral tweet. You know what I'm saying? Or if they both have a great game, I mean, to have Lonzo and LaMelo trending on Twitter, I mean, it's just a big moment. It's big business, man. It's big business, and it's a big moment. And hopefully, Jello's there and he's able to bask in the moment as well before he goes off to the G League bubble. And I'm wishful thinking, but I would love to see LeVar get some roses tomorrow and Tina get some roses. I think they'll give Tina some roses before LeVar, but I would definitely love to see that family get their roses. And to me, I'm not even going to trip. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even going to trip. Whatever happens in the game, history has already been made. So I just want to see both of the brothers do good.
Absolutely. And before I close, uh, this is a celebration tomorrow. Whoever wins, it doesn't matter because the Ball family wins, and that's all that matters. I hope Lonzo plays his best game. I hope LaMelo plays his best game and made the better team win. Even if, let's say, LaMelo barely scores 10 points, that's nothing to hang his hat on, man. Lonzo is that dude on defense. I'm trying to tell y'all, I ain't listening. Lonzo's that dude on defense, man. Look at the stats. Look at what he's doing to top-notch scoring guards, top-notch scoring players in the NBA. It's no joke, man. So hopefully when Lonzo's not on him, that's when he needs to really turn it up a gear, meaning LaMelo. But at the end of the day, LeVar winning, man. They try to silence his brother, man. Everybody making hit pieces, YouTubers making hit pieces, but he keeps doing his own thing and he keeps family first. And this is a momentous occasion. It's a blessing from the Most High, and it's the one of the fruits of the labor you get when you're all about family, when you're all about giving back, when you're all about having a good conscience. This is the stuff you get. So I'm excited, and let's roll, man. Team ball family, you know how we do. Any last words, brother Rev?
Nah, brother. I'm pretty sure we rocking tomorrow. So y'all check us out for the after party after the ball game. We gonna have this lit. Y'all share the video, like the video, subscribe, and we gonna all link up at the barbecue tomorrow night after the game. Peace out, DJs. Raw uncut truth.
No doubt. Bring your coleslaw, your no chitlins allowed. You know, I don't eat that sloppy food now. Cornbread, bring macaroni, the cookout, man. Collection plate. You know, we always get that reverend in there. Auntie, bring your auntie, your grandma, your Uncle Junebug. Bring them all to the cookout tomorrow. Peace.